Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Not sure what happened. Lachlan Williams doing a power of work behind us just to get that one sorted, but we are back. Thank you very much for your patience here, but at the moment, currently sitting at 6-1, Valfebo, Troy Corber here with you.
Gail Balcom's team is holding, it appears to be 1, maybe a measure for 2, with the bowl at 10 o'clock. So that's nearly that time to get going time for Debbie Gorin's team. And this is a good bowl. Well, that's taken the measure out of it. It's definitely only 1 down.
Some big upsets already at this Australian Open. Who would have thought that after just 7 days or six days and change, the only event Aaron Sheriff would be left in is the singles. Aaron T's only left in the singles. Carl Healy already out of the singles.
This is a really difficult shot for Debbie to be able to draw. This will need to be absolutely spot on. She's got more chances on a forehand. She's got receivers behind the head. Oh, good. She's changed her hand. She can sit the shot bowl. A little trail down the line. She picks up 4 here.
Would be very big to get them back into it. We saw in the last game multiples were everything.
Will it come home enough here? Needs to get home.
It's trying. We'll find out soon.
Oh,
delicious.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
As good as it gets.
She'd probably like to be greedy and had an extra foot of weight on that, but beggars can't be choosers, and she'll be happy to get the mat.
What was the score at the end there?
It's 1 to the Gorin
Just
team.
the 1. So 6-2. After 7, not scoring at a rapid rate of knots. So multiple is going to be liquid gold, we reckon.
Elizabeth coming down the other end. I'm not sure under conditions of play that Elizabeth should be at the head as the third. Annie's gone from being strong with her second bowl to now being strong with her first. Can she keep it up? Not with this one. Urging it on. A little bit of overs and unders there from Donna.
How's this one?
Here she comes again. Time and time again, Val.
Really relishing this opportunity is Annie Mason. So impressive as well.
She was confident. She kept the chalk on it.
Yep. Why not?
Oh, and this is a good bowl coming in. Look at this.
Oh, yes. Jill hops on. Not hop, but close enough for shot. Don't know why I kept digging myself into that anymore.
This looks fairly aggressive from Jeanette North. Both her and Jacinta have been very keen to play up to the head right from the get-go. That one goes against them. Well, the way the opposition are playing, that's probably not a bad bowl from Jill there. Get round the back, get something out there. This looks reasonably brisk again here.
Yeah, the weight control's interesting. Has that? Well, that definitely helps. Jill's bowl pushes it over.
So this is the age-old debate here. Do you play your opposition's hand and try and make it harder for them and trail the jack down to the line, or do you cover to a spot where it's going? It's always a tough decision to make.
Have a look at this.
Magnificent.
Could this be the end where they forge a little fight back here?
And there's not a lot on for the Balcombe team. Can she repeat the dose and add a third?
Been called for the same. So, Elizabeth Kearse, what have you got? Two good bowls is the call.
Yes, Jacinta made the correction. It's trying to hold.
Oh.
Gets her own up.
Still two down.
Oh, one maybe, indicating by Debbie there.
Wow. Surely not. Surely not.
Yeah, the blue bowl looks like it's a little bit closer to the jack that way.
Mm.
And it's on the line, so still a nice shot on here for the Gorin team without too much danger as long as the right weight's played. Contact on the outside bowl onto the jack. They have two waiting out the back. That'll see them holding four or just inside or into that split gives them a good result too. Weight crucial, and he needs a yard of weight. Any more, it could go a little sour.
So we're about to hit the halfway point, or we've rounded the halfway point. I think we're going to get in for time, no problems here. There was a bit of a concern in the last game.
Reasonable track, can it hold?
Ooh. Great effort.
She's probably lucky she didn't get there outside of that bowl on the way through. That could have been really unfortunate. So any contact on her own is very good here for Gail.
She's given it enough weight to get there. Slides through.
Well, she's got one to a good spot at the back, so
True.
That's really handy. It's back to a draw now. The Debbie's team, so that was a good bowl.
Gail, what have you got?
Close again.
Ooh.
Oh, Just couldn't get it up and over. Needed an ounce more weight to get that bowl up and over. Terrific effort. Now with that back bowl in position, there's no danger here for Gail. Her bowl is locked in the head. She just needs to make contact on it. Weight-wise, she's giving it a shot, but it's going to hang wide.
So we'll double check what this one is, but it's one taken out and one more to the... I think that was the Gorin team, yes. Six shots to 3 after 8 ends. Got confused because she pulled out one of the opposition bowls and then said one up, so I wasn't sure. Got sorted.
I won't mention it again because I don't want to bang on about things, but Elizabeth's gone up to the head again. And I'm not sure under conditions of play you can do that as the third. But, as Val mentioned, time shouldn't be an issue. Another good bowl coming in from Donna. It's no surprise their bowls and results have improved since Donna's come into the game a little too. As we saw in the first game, the ability for the front end to set up for their team, crucially important. And Donna's doing a good job trying to get her team back into this one. Fair reply from Annie too. Nothing wrong with that one. Debbie clapped this a long way out, and with good reason. That is a magnificent bowl. Counting, hasn't increased the target area. Superb bowl, Jill Hopper. Oh, we nearly had another dog streaker there. They've just been grabbed as they've come through the door.
And that was a much more powerful dog than the one that ran out the other day.
Ooh, needs to be careful. Didn't take her own bowl out. I hope for their sake I'm wrong, but I'm just concerned with that weight that Janet and Jacinta are playing to heads, that it's going to bring them unstuck at some stage in this game.
Yeah, it is concerning, isn't it? Especially when the momentum, they've lost the last 2 ends. Like, they're still up, but not having it all their own way like they were earlier.
I feel it's evened up a lot.
Yeah.
And Debbie's bowled some howlers. She's had good support from Donna, Jill and Elizabeth. Now, the last thing Elizabeth wants to do here is to disturb that head. Right now there is one bowl and about 3/4 of a jack that you can see from the mat at the other end. She will not want to touch that front of the head and make that bigger or squirt the jack out. Stay nice and wide to that jack high one. She's got the Leaning Tower of Pisa going, so I think she's wanting it to hang on.
And it doesn't.
You can tell it all by the way they motion after they deliver.
It's body language. Same with a lot of sports. Tempian bowling's the same.
We're seeing weight again with one bowl in the head.
It's interesting shot choice.
Well, at the moment, okay, they're 2 down, but you really want to get another 1 or 2 bowls in the head before you start playing weight, because they lose that wing bowl. They're 5 down with nothing within 7 feet.
How's this one coming in? Very nicely. It's Jacinta going again. Yep.
She's certainly playing up to it.
It's not going to turn. Is it going to clear their own out? Oh, no. Oh, wow.
That would have been disastrous.
And that would have left Gail Balcom with an enormous amount to do.
That's where you say with a smile on the crossover, "You can do it, Skip."
Yeah.
Skips love it when you say that.
Yep. You can do it. And then you chirp back, well, you certainly didn't.
That's what they get paid the big bucks for, these skippers. Take the pressure shots on.
That's what you were doing yesterday, just dominating with your plus 22 shots, however much you're up.
So do they try and cover the back, or do you take the punt on trying to remove that bowl yourself? Because that only needs to be moved 2 feet, that bowl. And they'd be holding 7 with their own bowl staying in the head. So they've elected to go for cover, and they've got the Bacchus bowl.
But now she might go. Well, I think she knows that they might be trying to go for this target here.
Surely Gail's got to be trying to draw.
Good shelf to play to. How's her weight? She's going to find the gap, isn't she? Or spilled it out, and it's probably made it a little bit better.
It's harder for them to get rid of that bowl now.
Yeah. Looking like it could be the first multiple of the game for Debbie Gorin and team. If this has the weight, it's good. And I tell you what, it's got the weight.
It's the shot. Oh, and it flops down, which just makes it that little bit harder. So what does Gail do now? She's going to follow her down on the forehand. She thrown it out wide enough? I don't think she has. No. We've got a tied game here, Val.
Danger, danger, danger. And from not being headed at all and having all the momentum at 6-1, we sit at 6 apiece. First multiple of the game for Debbie Gorin and co. Wow.
Down for a measure for something else here. Thought it was only 3, but we'll wait and see what happens here. Three confirmed.
6 apiece as we head with 6 ends to go.
Devil's number.
Yeah, I'm not superstitious about much, but for some reason I hate that number.
Donna continue her good run of form over the last few ends. It's a pretty good effort coming in. Needs to stop. Goes through a bit in the end. See that green really starting to pick up. That's about a yard behind the kitty. 1 metre for our younger viewers. It's one of the things actually I love about bowls is the use of the old measurement still.
Yeah. Yards, feet.
I hope it never goes out.
I don't think it will.
Because all the younger generations that come in, they learn like I did. Learn
yards,
feet in inches.
But when you say, how tall are you? No one ever goes, oh yeah, I'm 135 centimetres or something like that. They say, I'm 6'2", I'm 5'11".
Very true.
So there's still, I think, some aspects of life where you are going to use those old ways of measuring. As long as Australia never switches away from the metric system.
Oh, that'll never happen.
Whoever brought in miles an hour hates the world.
Those crazy cats in America.
Yep. Or the different shoe sizes and driving on 2 different sides of the road. Not sure why it's just not one universally chosen side of the road. Makes 0 sense.
Would help me out. I did 6 weeks in America once, and a lot of it was driving, and it was interesting at times just to make sure that you were on the right side of the road.
Giving way to the left, always difficult. I went into a few roundabouts. Giving way to the right, there was no one coming that way.
So holding 2. Oh, I'm not sure what that's done. It's made it pretty tight 3 ways. Certainly time to break some sunscreen out where I'm sitting at the moment.
Yeah, it's at least there's no breeze. It's quite nice today.
Yeah, it hasn't got up at all, and normally by now we start getting a few little puffs of wind come through, and it is still as still at the moment. Oh, fine. Gets a little rock off the bowl and goes straight through the hole.
So we've got knockout rounds tomorrow. Singles action for you. And then on Sunday, there's a couple of mixed pairs events, which is really cool. Always fill out very quickly. You'll be over there, won't you, Troy?
I will. I'll be at Musgrave Hill on Sunday.
On the hill, the Windy Hill.
Yeah, Windy Hill. Home of the Pelicans.
Yep.
Make sure you close your sunroofs if you're going there.
Oh, yeah, we heard all about that the other day.
That's better weight. Oh, gets that bowl.
I think it's in for 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Pelicans, it's very interesting.
Great characters, Pelicans. I love a pelican.
Another obscure bet for those out there. How's this one? Might be the best weight control we've seen.
Up and over once more.
It wanted to.
Oh.
I reckon it's...
Could be shot.
Nah, it is. That is. For sure. So in for 1.
Probably just a draw that Debbie's got on here. Beat her own wing bowl at Jack High. She beats that bowl, she'll go very close to shot. She's out on a good line for it.
It's not going to stop, though.
Half a bowl wider, she gets shot there off that. Just turning too much for her. Has this one got the legs? I think it's lacking. Sorry, viewers, that you can't see, but Elizabeth's keen to get in there and have a look at what's going on. All right, so a free kick here.
Yep. Like the great wall of bowls in front of the jack right now. They're turning around him. What can Gail Balcombe do? They desperately need to get themselves back on the board. Holding at the moment. That's how it'll stay.
Another one in the wall.
1-2 Balcombe. So after 10, 7 shots to 6, 5 ends to play. We'll get him in.
Battle.
Yeah, we'll get him in.
13 shots on 10 ends.
Just 2 multiples scored. 6 ends, 1 to Balcombe. 5 or 4 to Gorin.
You just feel a number either way might be the difference between the two teams in the end. If someone can break through and pick up a 4 or a 5,
that'd be...
it might just be enough to...
Curtains. Troy, I reckon it's time for some trivia.
Time for some trivia?
Yep.
Alrighty. So get your thinking caps on, people. Val's going to have a think about this, but he'll give you some time to have a think too and put in comments.
Not too much time.
No,
I don't want people to cheat.
No Googling. Come on, be honest out there. We trust you. So the Delhi Games actually only saw 6 medals awarded for lawn bowls.
Yep.
Which country topped the medal tally?
Oh.
For 2010.
Okay.
You alluded earlier that it wasn't Australia's best.
No, it definitely wasn't.
Games.
Was not us. Very interesting.
So 3 men's disciplines, 3 women's disciplines, singles, pairs and triples were played.
Now, I know South Africa dominated Glasgow 2014. I know they topped the medal tally there. So I believe they were up there in 2010. But I have a feeling... I know England won the women's singles. That's a tough one. Anybody out there in the comments, let us know who you think. I'm going to go with England. I don't think it was Scotland. But let us know in the comments who topped the medal tally at the 2010 Delhi Games in bowls.
I think this is a third shot coming in for the Gorin team.
Suwani Dharmalingam is asking if it's Malaysia. We'll find out. Tom asking if it's Scotland. I was thinking Scotland, but I don't think Alex Marshall wrangled a gold medal.
Do you know what? The Scots did not win one medal at those games.
I remember looking at it prior to 2022, and Scotland and Australia both didn't really have a successful games.
The Malaysians did feature in the medals, but did not win a gold.
I think it was England, because I reckon Alan Faulkner might have got one too.
Good bowl there. Consolidates the head nicely.
Yep, they got women's singles, I'm pretty sure. Wasn't New Zealand. Wasn't Canada.
Yes, the great Val Smith from New Zealand was the only one to medal for New Zealand at those games.
That was in singles, I believe.
Was.
Yep.
She won the silver there.
I'm feeling more and more confident about my pick of England here.
Well, when they cross over, the skips and threes, we've got a little bit of time. We'll cover off the result there. Last chance to put your guess in. Good spot there for Elizabeth around the back of the head. Now they really need a close bowl here.
Oh, that was flirting with danger.
Fortunately made it harder for herself there. And again, we're in a situation where the Balcombe team have only got one bowl in the head.
I think, it's almost that the team, anytime you see one of those Jacinta Wilson bowls come up, you play that Max Verstappen song, because she's moving very quickly. Got a guess of South Africa, and I was tossing up as to whether it was England or South Africa for this question.
Who said South Africa?
EPSC chairman.
Well, they've got the biscuits.
Damn it.
You were close, Val.
England second.
So England had 2 gold medals from those games. Natalie Milmore in the women's singles. And yes, the great Ellen Faulkner in the pairs with Amy Monkhouse.
How many did South Africa get?
Robert Wheel from Wales won the singles against Leif Selby.
Gary Kelly got the bronze that year, didn't he?
He did. And South Africa won the men's pairs, men's triples, and women's triples to top it with 3 gold medals.
I knew I was close, but I didn't think they dominated 2 comm games in a row. I know 2014 they had a very strong campaign.
Good try, only chips it out. Get after that bowl. Get after that bowl, I say. Probably doesn't need to be. It's probably only worth one more at this stage, though. Can she get under the head? Look at this. That's another one. So all of a sudden, we spoke about a multiple. And we think they're holding 4 at the moment. So this is a huge bowl coming down now for Gail Balcombe. She's going to go sailing. Oh, she clips one out.
This is a massive bowl coming up.
Can Debbie yet another? I think she's going to go sailing on the outside. So let's see what the final damage is here. It's going to be at least 2. I like it for a third.
Which would be, for the first time, the lead in this match in the final third of it. So after this, we'll go through the why I guessed what I guessed for that question of Troy. What is the total?
2.
2. So they're in front for the first time. Debbie Gorin, 8-7 to the good. Wasn't the big multiple we were talking about, but it's a multiple nonetheless. So in 2014, Troy, South Africa won an astonishing 5 gold medals. They dominated.
Had a big 8 years there, didn't they?
Yep, from 2010 to 2014, and I think they might have got one in Australia as well. But, you know, you look at Colleen Piker. She played the World Championships a couple of years ago. Very good player. Won a gold, won a bronze in the singles. In the men's triples, they won the gold. Scotland took out 3 of the 4 men's events. Aaron Sheriff for Australia getting the bronze in the men's singles there.
Great starter there. Well played, Donna. Just what her team needed. They've hit the front and she nails it.
Aaron Sheriff actually led that semi-final against Darren Burnett right up until the 18th end. It was actually 15 all after 20. Darren Burnett went bang, 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 bang. Got it, and then won the gold medal. Beat Ryan Bester 21-9.
So well done, EPBC chairman.
Got it right.
Val will send you a Bowls Australia gift pack.
It's just with a photo of Troy and a big thumbs up.
What else would you want?
In fairness, not much. That's all I need in life. Photos of Troy Corber. Playing bowls, wearing his Nana rug.
It's nearly about a sale of the century in the 80s. And they used to give someone a vacuum cleaner or something like that.
Yeah, it's not what you want.
Vacuum cleaner would be more helpful than me, I think.
It's a good show, though.
Was.
There's not enough game shows on at the moment.
I was a very emotional boy as a little tacker. Didn't take much, and I used to love a bloke, Kerry Young, who was an absolute champion on Sale of the Century.
Yep.
Or is this going to hold?
Oh, no.
No. And I remember he won absolutely everything he could, so he had to leave the show, and I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah, because you were only allowed on for a week, weren't you?
Yeah, once you got through and won the car and the cash jackpot, that was it. You were on your way.
Then
Being devastated.
Then you're allowed to go back again after like 2 years or something.
I used to have those international series between England and Australia and New Zealand. They were good fun. Debbie Gorin's team's having fun right now because they're now holding 3. And the Balcombe team does not have a bowl within about 4.5 feet. Unfortunately, Janet continues to just have a few issues in controlling her weight. This game's really turned in the last half an hour, Val.
And again, I feel like that's been happening. The early doors have seen one team jump out of the blocks, and then the other really fights back, and then you really don't know who's going to win it at the end. It's kind of what we've got now with 3 ends to compete or complete after this and compete.
Jacinta's going to go rumbling past as well, so huge opportunity here for the Gorin team. This looks better from Jacinta, but it's still going to just come under the head. So, I believe 3 shots, at least 2, could be 3 with the bowl at 9 o'clock. One of those times you've got to take your medicine as a team and go, okay, we might drop 1 this end, but we need to get second shot.
Yep.
If we drop, we only drop 1, and we go again.
How's this one tracking?
Pretty good.
Oh, wow. They are, they've got it on a string now. Debbie Gorin and team.
So, well, I don't know how they could have 5, but it was 5 fingers just being held down by Jacinta then.
Which would almost be curtains.
That would be disastrous. And this looks like it's flying on the outside.
And you mentioned very early on that the weighted shots and overpowered shots of the Balcombe team were going to be an issue. And that's exactly what they're being at the moment. They are a gargantuan issue.
Well, I don't envy Gail Balcombe getting onto the mat to play this last bowl, because it's going to take a superb draw shot to cut this down.
Oh, she's got it again. That is stupidly good.
The only good thing going here for Gail is that she's got that wing 1 now. She actually has something to sit. Could even get the shot off it, so...
She needs this so desperately.
She's playing weight.
And I think she's over. It's not getting back. What's the total going to be here? 1, 2, 3.
They're getting their shoes and socks off to count them.
4. 5. Maybe 6.
It is confirmed.
That is absolutely monstrous. And I tell you what, I'm calling it, Troy. The fat lady singing.
It's hard work from here.
7 to catch in 3 ends. They're going to have to jump on straight away. That is a mammoth end. And Debbie Gorin, well, I wish one of her teammates would take their hat off to her, because that shooting was extraordinary. From 6-1 down, 14-7 is their lead.
Well, they've owned the game since then, haven't they? And it started with Donna.
Yep.
As soon as Donna started getting on, it made a huge difference.
And I said it before. They needed to score some multiples early on when they had the dominance, but they couldn't quite. And look at what's happened. In the last 4 ends, they've only scored 1 shot, the Balcombe team, as opposed to 11. So after 6 ends, it was 6-1. Fast forward 6 ends later, they're down 14-7. Astronomical turnaround from Debbie Gorin and her teammates of Donna Leeson, Jill Hopper, and Elizabeth Kierce.
Debbie's happy again here, and rightly so. Excellent bowling.
One on, one behind. Can Jill hop on? This is quite a remarkable comeback and quite a turnaround. And just look at the body language and how much movement there is.
Yeah, they're up and about. I know they've got this one just about in the bag.
2 ends to go after this. No problems in terms of time limit. Absolutely no problems. We'll get in easily.
I'll get a toasted ham and cheese sandwich in before the next game, Val.
So hungry.
Why do I even order 2? Be a real guts. Jill's corrected pretty well here. That's a good bowl for a number 2 when you're holding at the head. Nice position behind. That one is going into the ditch. So I'm not sure that's the game plan, but that's what's happened. At this early stage, the Gorin team are setting themselves up for another number here. Finds a hole. Well, this one's going to hang on and count. Ooh, I think, yep. At least 3.
I cannot believe how much this one has turned around.
Oh no, Jacinda's heading for the same hole, is she? No. There we go. Gets a sit off the front, so that helps a lot. But with 7 down, with 2 to play, they need to at least try and get 3 this end. 3 or 4 to halve it. And isn't this great to see that all the Gorin team having a chat together about what's happening and what they're going to do.
And how wonderful their turnaround has been.
Yeah. She's marshalled her troops very well, Debbie. She's been very clear at the head, very encouraging. That's part of the battle of being a good skip. It's not just about how well you bowl. It's about how you manage your team, manage the tactics, get players up if they're down a bit, keep their minds on the task at hand. She's done a great job of that in this game.
So after this, we have at 11:45 a Queensland versus New South Wales contest, and that is between Denise Parkinson, Lorraine Blaine, Marlene Hannant, and Joan Worsley up against Julie Scott, Christine McGarity, Shirley Stewart, and Zoe Stewart. That's coming up at 2:30 p.m. I think I said 11:45 by accident there, so ignore me. But 2:30 p.m., so just under an hour's time.
Quite rightly, Elizabeth asking for a nice wide line here from Debbie. Doesn't want her crossing the line and knocking that bowl up. But barring a miracle from Gale here, it's hard to see them getting more than 2 as the head lies. Well, even harder now. Gale's got to give herself a chance here, up through the head. Hope for something miraculous. Not a million miles away. She got it.
Close.
Now, what's happening at the back here?
Oh, there are a lot of claps. She's made 1. I think she's made 2.
Just saying, I like that one.
Nah, no need to measure that. That's got to be 2.
Ooh. All will be revealed. Give them a faint glitter of hope with 2.
It is.
Okay.
Don't doubt me.
You did very well that last day I was with you.
Yep.
Did not get one wrong for the day. It was impressed, Val.
So it is 14-9, 2 ends to play. We will get them both in, don't you worry about that. Is there a chance for Gale Balcombe to jump back in? They were 6-1 ahead after 12. Oh, sorry, after 6. After 12. It was 14-7 in favour of Debbie Gorin.
My apologies, I was ripping them off an end, so with 2 ends to go, you just got to break these down in small chunks and go,
yep.
It's a 3 and a 2.
Yep.
2 threes. It's very achievable. And he gets some paint, unfortunate not to go with it. Donna, who's been so reliable over the last half of this match, and she's opened up with a fairly good one there. Not sure Annie's here this time, so be in Donna's eye a little bit out there. She'll be well around it just to count, but in terms of getting back to the line, it's pretty close to the line out there. Debbie's happy. She's got 2 shots. Not super close, but it's 2 nonetheless.
So we have had some men's 4s knockout matches complete. Go through some of those. If there's any big names that have made their way through. Not as of yet.
There's always a couple of smokies in the 4s, isn't there?
There is.
A team game. If everyone's clicking, quite often see a few smokies get deep.
Some very big upsets already. Aaron Sheriff, Aaron Teesbury, Lester, Corey Wedlock, the 2023 champs gone. Last year's finalists, McShane, Clark, Baker and Twist gone. Kane Nelson, Riley Garrick, Jacob Nelson and Lee Schreiner gone.
You should be pretty happy if you're still in the draw and knew that those 3 were gone.
Yeah. That's 12 hefty players already saying sayonara.
No one really putting their stamp on this end. They're a bit wayward here, waiting for someone to take it by the scruff of the neck. And Jill says, I'll have a crack at it. Draws a pretty good one there. It's the jack. Oh, goes whizzing past. And another counter. But they are just piling on the pressure. Team Gorin took a great bowl from Gale last end to rest shot back. Unless Jacinta can deliver here, she's going to have to do it again.
That time just undercorrecting all the weight that she's been
Well, it's hard.
exhibiting.
It's hard if you're playing a lot of weight to the head. Then when you need to come back and actually draw a shot, and skips find it a lot. If you're having to, as a skip, play a lot of weight early in a game, and then when you're required to come back to the draw, it's like, well, what's the draw weight?
Have a look at that. That is, well, that's draw weight.
That is draw weight, and that's number 4.
This is getting extremely out of hand.
Oh, if you go, do you just go for the jack and pit it? You can make 3 from it.
Yep.
Do or die.
Joe Whitehead asking if there's any news on Tyson Cromie and last year's winners. Last year's winners are through at the moment. Not confirmed into the round of 32 yet. But they got through to the round of 64. Same as last year's winners, skipped by Carl Healy, looking to go back to back. Bring you those updates in round 3. Of course, you can check results.bowling.com.au. Gail Balcom.
Can it hold on for long enough? Well, she doesn't, but the channel is still there. She probably needs a little bit more weight than what she had there.
She's going to have to go big. Try and make that 3.
She's got a couple of short bowls there to sort of slide off and get the jack as well if she's a little bit tight. So she's got a lot of chances there, and she's got the back bowls. You would presume that's where Debbie's heading now, is to try and cover those.
Don't think she's going to get there, though.
She's behind, but she's not in going to trouble those 2 deep ones.
Yep, and that's what's been said here. This is the indication from Jacinta.
Go for break.
They have to try it. Absolutely have to try it. She is tight. And it's not affecting anything. Curtains now, I think.
It's close to 5 shots.
Just need the 2 ladies to jump out the way. Hopefully they have. Yep, perfect. And in this direction again, it's where they're proving to be the dominant force. They got a 6 this way last time. 1, 2, 3. Is it any more? 4. Just in this direction, the last 2 ends, they've gotten into double figures. And we're going to measure for more. It's at least 18-9, so they're going to win. Astoundingly so. At the halfway point, they were behind. And they're going to win by this margin. 4 it is. They have now... Well, funnily enough, at the end of the 8th end, Troy, the Gorin team had their score doubled. It was 6-3 in favour of Gail Balcombe. Have a look at that now. Score doubled.
Remarkable turnaround.
They've pulled the Uno reverse card.
They have. Now, you did go through the standings, and I can't quite recall. Did Team Gorin win their first one? Now, we'll have a look at that.
No, they didn't.
Well, if they didn't, they've helped themselves here by creating a little bit of margin.
It was a draw to the Balcombe team. So we go to the section here. They lost by 11.
Okay.
So
be close to back to square. So they're likely to need another big win in the last game to get through as a next best, if not win the section.
they'll take on the team that drew Balcombe's team. So who knows? Might have to get that stick moved. It's right in the centre line.
The picker-uppera.
Yep. Well, look, we know they're going to get on the board. They are going to win. No worries about time limit, that's for sure. And for the last end, I think we can cope with that stick.
So with the shots up equation, this is actually an important end for Team Gorin. You wouldn't want to drop 4 or 5 here and then only win the game by 5 or 6. That's going to make it really hard. They're probably going to need to win, but have a plus 20 by the time they finish their third game to get through.
Oh, that's...
So they don't want to drop a 4 or 5 here.
Plus 20, they're already minus 11.
That's true, yeah.
It's going to make things very difficult.
So they need to get 4 or 5 themselves.
Well, they backed themselves in. The highest amount that they've scored in this direction is a 3. It was on N9 when they got back to level. But they did not lead the match until the conclusion of the 11th end. So the fact that they've been able to string this together has been, quite frankly, insane.
It's just been weight of numbers in the head, bowling in the head. It's got them this result.
Yep.
Worn the opposition down.
Yeah, Janet and Jacinta just having trouble with their weight control. Annie Mason has led really strongly. Haven't played badly, but just when your opponents get it in closer, it puts the pressure on. What did Janet got with her last? Elizabeth Kiss. So they want to try and score here, get into the 20s if they can. And again, they got to double figures first, Troy.
Yep, I did sneak that. Big one from Jacinta here. Well, she's wobbled around the front, off the front, and giving them another second. Another good shot from Elizabeth. She seemed gesturing that she didn't like it. Oh, goodness me, she's nearly got a good result there. And still find themselves 2 down. Can Debbie add a couple here and get their net score in the positive before they start the next game?
Final few bowls. We know what the result is going to be. We know who's going to win. Just a remainder to be seen by how much.
She's in that milking zone again, Val.
Oh, yes, she is. Debbie Gorin, well, she has risen to the task all afternoon. So impressive. Two bowls to come and light a rest after this one.
Oh, the Gorin team will be thankful for that because it's another one that now counts.
So what are they holding here?
It's definitely 3. I think it's just the 3 at this stage.
Which remains that way. If she can put in a 4th, they'd be lying in a positive ledger if nothing can be responded. If Gale can't do anything. So this is a brilliant finish.
The line's good enough. It's about whether it's going to stop for it. Can she get a sit? She can. She may have flopped that out. It's hard to tell with the angles there.
Find out at the end of the game. So the mat picked up, final bowl. What is the total going to be?
Could be another one coming up here. There is.
Pushed in.
Wow.
Let's see how many are taken out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
Well, if they do get through in their section, the Gorin girls should maybe buy them a drink after the game because they've given them a couple extra here on the last end.
Might be the all-time turnaround. Been indicated as 7. So they've pulled out 4. Double check what it is. We know they're going to win by a long way and they're already above their ledger. That's 5. Six. Was it 6 in the end? 6 were taken out. Either way, it's a hefty collect. We'll double check with them at the end of the game and get the final confirmation for the table. But that is a ridiculous turnaround. In the last 4 ends of the match, they have absolutely skittled off the shots to go 6, drop a 2, a 4 and a 6. So that's 16 shots in 4 ends. Insane. They win it 24-9, where after the 10th end, they were behind 7-6 and down 6-1 after 6. So an amazing turn of events, an amazing turnaround. Debbie Gorin, Elizabeth Kearse, Jill Hopper and Donna Leeson, well, they might be well on their way into the post-sectional rounds after that. Troy Corber, thank you very much. We're going to go have a little bit of lunch and we'll be back shortly.